salutations and thanks for tuning in. On this week's video, we're back on Barra C1100 build. What I want to get stuck into straight up, want to fit the isolator for the battery. I want to get these cables all run and done. I want to get that sorted out. I've got to finish off getting those rear shockies installed. Once that's done, I'm going to move on. I've got the rest of the timber, the last piece of the floor timber, and then I want to get the timber for the headboard sorted, get a bit more done on that tray. So do us a favour, grab your cuppa or your coldie, kick back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alrighty, so I just took that isolator out of the packet, and what I'm thinking is that, well, the battery's right here, the isolator's got to go somewhere, so what I'm thinking is I'm actually sort of hiding it up under there so it's not so obvious. There's a hole, well, there's actually a couple of holes, but I'm thinking of opening one of those holes up to send that through there, and then it should live, key should sort of live up inside there. The engine will have an immobiliser in the cab anyway. This is just to turn off power for sort of, if it's sitting for a long time or whatever, just another anti-theft device. So yeah, I'm gonna install that isolator in there so you can, yeah, put the key in and out, and I'll take all the power off this thing. So I'll go ahead, get that drilled, and then yeah, we'll start working on some cables though. Rightio, so I've gone ahead and run those cables. I haven't crimped the new ends on yet, but they're all just run. As you can see, that isolator is mounted up in there, and yeah, you can't tell it's in there, so it's, yeah, gonna hide up in there nice and good. On, yep. So yeah, little short earth. I'm isolating this thing on the earth. Doesn't really matter if you do positive or earth, but I prefer the earth. So yeah, that's done. They're all run. I've got a heap of P-clamps there. I'm gonna P-clamp this thing where I can, zip ties where I can't. But yeah, that's the earth cable from the motor to the chassis, motor to the battery. So yeah, that's all done. So I'll go ahead now and yeah, run all these P-clamps and then move on to the shockies, eh? Rightio, so went to town and bought the proper crimping tool for this thing after going away too many places who said they had them, but anyway. So I've got the right tools now, so gonna go ahead, crimp all these cables and get them fitted, and then we'll move on to the next job, eh? So let's get into it. Alrighty, so as you just saw, got those cables run. They're all P-clamped up, really happy with the routing, how they're tucked up out of the road, look really good. So we'll just flick this isolator on and yeah, see if we can crank this thing over for the first time. Just turn it over on the starter, eh? There we go. Oh, some noise, but anyway, that's alright. Rightio, so probably move on to those rear shockies, and I think what I'm going to do, these are a standard set of Holden plates. Not sure exactly what's on there, but the Holden shockies don't bolt up to it, so I'll probably go ahead and clean these up. I might have to drill the holes out a bit bigger for those 4 U bolts, so I'll get these cleaned up and painted, and yeah, get the other shocky on too, eh? Rightio, so I got those hanger plates cleaned up and painted in this Rust-Oleum stuff. First time I've used it, but yeah, Hammer Tone says paint and prime in one, so it seems to work alright. So just gonna let them dry. Then I'll go ahead, I'm gonna rip those plates that are on it off, and then yeah, once those are dry, I'll slip them back on, eh? Rightio, so it's that time of the day. End up buttoning up these hanger plates though, so they're all done. The yeah, shulkies are mounted both sides, so I can tick that job off to this. But like I say, end of the day here for today, and I'll get into the tray tomorrow, get that last floor board put in, and yeah, get that head rail done, eh? So we'll shut her off for today, get in tomorrow. Rightio, so it's the next day, and yeah, got everything sort of turned around, got the tray lowered down, some of the new timber that's going to go on this thing. So like I said, I've got to put that last floor panel in there. I think I'll use this piece of timber here, so I've got to get that in fitted. Then I've got to work out how I'm going to yeah, make that timber work in the headboard. So first things first, let's get that floor piece in, and then yeah, we'll turn our attention to this headboard, eh? Rightio, so just measuring the panel beside the one I've got to fit. It's measuring about 21.15, so I'll go ahead, get that marked, get it cut out, and yeah, get it mounted in here. Rightio, so I got that bottom piece of timber for the headboard cut out, fitting good. It's just sitting there at the moment. I haven't obviously mounted it. Then I went ahead and marked this other piece of timber. I've got to cut about 1 inch or more off the top of it, so I've just marked that out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those cut out. And what I'm thinking is I'll probably mount some vertical strips, flush it in, weld them in there, and then have the tank bolts come from the front, and I'll probably recess the nut into these bits of timbers. So yeah, I'll go ahead, get that timber cut out, and see what this headboard looks like. Rightio, so I got that top board cut up. I've got to trim it up a little bit neater yet, but I've got these bits of flat bar cut out. Gonna go ahead, get those welded in. Once they're welded in, I'll mount those boards, then trim them up. Rightio, so I've got those two pieces of timber for the headboard, yeah, drilled out, mounted. All this timber obviously gonna need a bit of cleaning up when it goes back together. The last bit of floorboard, it's a bit tweaked, so once this thing comes apart, I'm gonna have to try and, yeah, tweak these things back, get them all squared up. But that's the nature of using secondhand timber, and yeah, we just work with what we got. So, but I'm really happy with how that headboard turned out. It looks really good, and yeah, this tray's gonna look really nice once it's all, yeah, cleaned up and painted. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this week's video, everyone. As always, appreciate you watching. If you can do us a favor, like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.